Hi everybody, Dan here with No Games for Old Men. Welcome back to Vampire. We are Jonathan Reid here, Doctor Surgeon Extraordinaire. Working our first shift at Pembroke Hospital, and boy does this place need some work. My goodness. We are currently looking for... Actually, this might be the guy we want to talk to. I want to look for Corcoran Tippett and Gwyneth Brannigan.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reid? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Excuse me? Alright. You just got yourself on the menu, buddy.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position.
He is the administrator,
but
yes.
I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reid. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Wow.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Okay. Jeez.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
He has a point. Alright, medical checkup. Well, let's see what is... He's healthy. Okay, so we don't need to do any healing. Alright, let's back out of here. Oh, personal life? Do we want to ask him anything?
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reid, but your motive. Is it money? Fame? Or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Wow.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
Man, this guy's got a real
It seems
problem
you
with
have
us.
bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Okay. Wow.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
This guy's not a fan of us. We'll see if we can turn things around. Are you the guy I'm looking for? No, the guy I'm looking for doesn't have glasses. There was a nurse outside. I wonder if she is... Whoop. Interesting. That little head icon says I'm 2 meters, 1 meter. Maybe they are below. Definitely not above me. Okay, there was a nurse working in one of the tents here. Maybe
The patients are not fools. They know we are overwhelmed by this horrifying epidemic.
Are you Dr. Tibbets?
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reid has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Finally,
know
some
each other?
respect.
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Yeah, we got something to talk about, bud, but I guess we're going to lead into that.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reid. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Jonathan's looking a little stressed. His face is a little messed up.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Sexist.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Really? We can't talk about the issue yet? Personal questions. There we go. You done goofed up, Tippets. Let's chat.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
At least he owns it.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks. Maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
At least he's not trying to hide it. You know, respect there.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
How often does that happen where a doctor makes a mistake and it kills the patient? They don't stop being a doctor, do they? How often is that? Well,
Goodbye, Dr. Tippets.
let's go find Brannigan. So we saw her. She is a bespectacled lady. You good? Doing all right? Okay. Where would we... Oh, here. There she is.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
Surely Dr. Reid knows what the invisible enemy is, but I guess we'll just go with this dialogue option.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Okay, I'm very glad that he didn't ask her, what's the invisible enemy? That would make me lose faith, I think, in the writing here, but it's good so far.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them.
Most?
Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Understandable. Do we want to bark at her here? I don't know.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me.
Okay.
Anything you say will be held in confidence.
At least he's being
No.
cool about it.
I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
All right. Let's go with Tippett praises you first before we make her uncomfortable about asking about the dead body.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reid. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor.
Well,
I wasn't born yesterday.
do you mean about the part about being a vampire? I mean, oh, interesting.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view.
Misdemeanor.
Dr. Tippett's is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett's must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
Oh, hint failed. What happened? Weird. So I guess I should have talked to Tippets again first?
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Don't know. I got 100 shillings out of that, though. Did she, like, pay me? Investigation succeeded, though. So what did I miss? Details, hint law. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that would have led to this one. Huh. Interesting. All right. This whole hints thing is something that's going to take some practice. Okay, now in terms of other citizen quests here, we've got just this one left, finding out who's spying on Thelma. And then we go talk to Dr. Swansea. Do I want to go through... Who's this guy? Did I already talk with him?
Good evening, Dr. Tippets.
Oh, that's Tippets.
Dr. Reid, any good news to share?
No, we're just gonna leave.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippets.
I wish I could be sick again.
That's weird.
With the fever, so many deaths.
Wish I could be sick again? Who's this guy?
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reid. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Gosh, what a horrible outlook.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Alright, let's do a medical checkup on him, see if there's anything that we can provide.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
So there are 3 clues there. Something for the pain, alright. Did we already do personal questions? Let's do this one first.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Alright, let's talk about Howcroft now.
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful.
Aww.
Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
And it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
Oh, wow.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Golly gee. Well, his mesmerism resistance is only 1. We could put him out of his misery, but yeah, I think we're gonna do that yet.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Not willing to go for a regular old civilian right now. Okay, so I think we unlocked a clue or a hint on her, right? Yeah, okay. Thelma's a victim by Cotard syndrome and believes she's a vampire. But I thought we knew that already. What else did I unlock then? Okay, so maybe I can unlock more discussion.
Too much energy for so little result.
After I figure out who is hunting Thelma. Now we already have been out here, so hopefully where's the garden? Here's where I came in the first time, I think. Yeah, because there was a guy here. And Thelma was saying that it was somebody was hunting her in the garden? Okay, we're getting close. Hospital full. Please go back home. Wow. Ah, look at there's a copy of Dracula on the bench. My indicator vanished.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by
here we
vampire
go.
hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Well, let's see. Well, here's an unknown person. Let's chat with him first.
Good evening.
Maybe he can help
I'm
us
Dr.
out.
Reid.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague. Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean?
Still dressed like
you
a doctor.
used to be a doctor. Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
Yeah, he seems pretty calm about it.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Wow. Wise.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Ouch. Okay. Well,
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Guess we'll get out of here then. Can I loot your... Oh, it's locked. Sure are a lot of locked crates around here. Oh. Are we gonna loot corpses? Ooh, crumpled letter. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors, and they told me that this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is guaranteed. I'm sorry I refused to pay first, and I realize now the important thing is that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. I promise you that everything is okay now. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. Fondest love, Nicolay. Nicolay? Well, got a new hint on Milton. It's odd that they lay them face down with their arms above their heads like that. We're back in the hospital again. What on earth? And there's our indicator. It's upstairs? Do I have to go upstairs? Let's try that. Ah, okay. This way. Nope, that's a dead end. Huh. How do I get over there? It is a different wing of the hospital, perhaps. Can I get there from the 3rd floor? Nope. Cannot access this floor. But apparently it's down there somewhere.
I'm sorry you ended up.
Okay, what am I missing?
I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to
He has a reflection. They're breaking tradition with that. Okay, yeah, this is just gonna bring me back here. Huh. Alright. Having a little trouble finding Thelma's hunter. So I think what we'll do is go talk with Swansea instead. See if we can push that forward a bit. Oh, we have stuff. Oh my gosh, a surgical saw. Used hacksaw. T. Elwood's medical file. Oh, this is the guy who got his face blown off. Patient's face has been heavily burnt, disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even with use of the strongest sedatives, he affirms to regularly endure severe pain from the wounds, as if the flames are still burning under the skin, he says. Examinations of the what? Cicatrized tissues. Shows no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are clean. Could be a case of persisting nerve damage. The patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could be a case of guilt of the survivor. Phantom pain manifesting as a punishment for not dying with his comrades. New hint. Okay, good. Unlocked that hint. Bottle of cheap gin. Wow, why are people hiding their booze in drawers here? Alright, here's Tippett's. Oh, Tippett, Strickland, and Aykroyd. They all share an office here. I got one all by myself. Living large. Alright, well, I think we'll take care of that next time. I know we were going to talk to Tippett's first, but it took a little longer than I expected to take care of that other quest. So, anyhow, folks, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are enjoying Vampire. Do me a favor and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the bell to be notified of future episodes. Hit the thumbs up if you are a Vampire fan as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
No games.